What is up, guys? It's Jumpers961 here to bring you guys a top 10 video on things I hate people do at locals. With that being said, cue the intro. Alright, guys, so let's get straight into number 10. What I have for that is people complaining at locals that they lost or why they lost. And at least in my opinion, I mean, I'm not going to lie, I've had my fair shares that, I lost because of this, I lost because of that, but I don't do it consistently. And the more and more you do that, the more, in my eyes, you're not going to really win anything. In my personal opinion, if you're always complaining about losing or I lost because of this or that, make your deck or find out what you're doing and why you're losing. Either one, you don't understand the matchup, two, you're not playing the deck right, or three, you just need to stop playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, I'm sorry. One of the two things that I have, mentioned puts in a factor of why you're probably losing either every week at locals or always losing. So for number 10, I have personal hygiene. This is one of the biggest things that the Yu-Gi-Oh! Community still has not found out how to do, and this is a human thing. You should always, whether you're going to locals, you're going to a family function, you're going to a regional YCS, whatever, always make sure you take a shower, wear deodorant, wear, cologne, wash your hands, something, use hand sanitizer, just because no one wants to go around smelling ass or body odor even at locals, just because of the fact that they're not here to smell your smelly ass. They're here to play a game that they love and they spend a lot of time, playing. So a message to all Yu-Gi-Oh players who do not take showers and don't know how to wash your ass, please do so. What I have for number 8 is people arguing over rulings. This has always been a thing ever since Dueling Network was popular or was out. A lot of people will argue over rulings. They'll have links. The other person will say, oh, well, that's wrong. It's not an official ruling, blah, blah, blah. And it's the same at locals. My reasoning behind people arguing over rulings is because they just don't look up them. I've had my fair shares on having rulings wrong, and I've always asked the judge, if there's a judge by you or you have a friend that is a judge and they're around and you can ask, just ask. It's that simple. Don't sit there, argue, get heated over a simple ruling. And another thing I advise you is always make sure you know your rulings, whether you're going to an event, because you never know when you need it. There's always going to be a ruling that's going to happen, whether your opponent knows it or not. That's just simple. Number 7, what I have for you guys is trying to take back certain plays or take back, just things in general. I've had this happen before when I believe I lived in Illinois. Someone had done a play and they thought, oh, well, fuck, I misplayed. And they're like, oh, can I take this back, blah, blah, blah. In my eyes, at least, if it's not changing the game at all or impacting the game, sure. If it's one little move, sure, why not? But if it's going to impact the game state or just, the game in general, I'm not going to let you take it back. At local, sure. An event, fuck no. I'm there to top or whatever. I'm sorry. Locals, I don't care about because it's just another way to play test. Number 6, what I have is think people are better than others or they're the best thing since sliced bread. I've met certain people, whether it's online or it's at local or an event, and basically they have an ego and say, oh, well, I've been undefeated since blah, blah, blah. I could beat anyone. And then when they, end up getting their ass stomped, they're like, oh, well, I lost because of this, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you cheated. That's because that person just, they're just fucking stupid. And just because you've been undefeated doesn't mean you're invincible. Everybody loses. No one's going to win every single game that they play unless you're just that damn good. What I have for number 5 for you guys is ask if something is for trade in your deck. I have a little story behind this one, just because of the fact that when I used to live in Indiana, basically every time I go to locals, and I make sure I have everything in my deck, that I want or whatever, and I want to play in it, and everything's right. You'll have that one guy at locals that says, "Can I look at your deck?" Obviously, it'd be stupid, for you to hand your deck over, but at that time, I was a scrub. Not saying I'm a scrub now, or I'm still a scrub, but still, in general, I let him look at my deck, and he saw something he wanted. He's like, "Hey, is this for trade?" I'm like, "No, it's in my deck. I'm not going to trade a card in my deck, unless, I guess, you have a lower rarity, or a higher rarity, I don't know, but no, you're not supposed to ask someone if a card is for trade, unless you're wanting the actual deck." That's just my personal opinion. Number 4 is slow playing. Through watching YouTube and going through different forums, Facebook groups, whatever, which shout out to Zodiac. They actually ended up making some of this list, and this was one of the major ones. Slow playing has been a thing for Yu-Gi-Oh as well, whether it's going into time or just in general, because either one, they want a free win because they have higher life points than their opponent, or they just want to slow play because they want to make the other person angry and just scoop. I just personally don't like slow playing. If you don't know your deck that much and you have to think that long, just don't enter the tournament. For number 3, we have ask for trades in the middle of a duel. I've had that happen as well to me. I'm pretty sure everyone in the Yu-Gi-Oh community has had that happen, whether it's at locals or it's at an event. It's just the fact, I think it's very disrespectful and rude, at least in my opinion, just because of the fact that you're in the middle of a duel. I'm not going to come up to someone, or I don't want anyone coming up. When I'm in the middle of a combo, I'm thinking of how to get out of a situation. Someone comes up and it's like, "Hey dude, you got trades?" Like, I'm in the middle of a game. Wait after, please. Then for number 2, I have not paying attention to the game. There's been plenty of times, whether I've been to locals or I was at nationals, and basically someone wasn't paying attention to the life points. They didn't pay attention to the play that I did. They didn't really see what was in my graveyard, and like, let's say I had something in my graveyard to activate. Well, I had some in my grave, and you didn't pay attention, and you didn't see what went to my grave, how many cards I have in my hand, what the life points is, all that stuff. There's a lot of people who don't really pay attention, and then they're like, "Oh, well, you cheated. How'd you get this?" And then the very last one for number 1 is touching stuff without permission. I personally never had this happen, but again, most of these picks for the top 10 was from Zodiac, and I've had this happen maybe once. I lied. I had this once to where someone's just picked up my card and wanted to read it without permission, or picked up my graveyard without permission, just assuming that I'm going to let you touch my cards. Whether you're eating, you have greasy ass hands, dirty ass fingernails, I don't know where your hands have been. You probably could have jacked off before going for your next round. I don't need to know that, because that's TMI. But just the fact that ask before you touch someone's stuff. Just because if you get flamed, or you get roasted, or you get yelled at from someone, don't get mad if someone gets in your face and says, "Why the fuck you touching my stuff? Please ask," or just ask. But that's basically it. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this. Have any of these things happen to you, whether you're at locals? And if there's anything I've missed, just comment down below. As well as if there's something you want to see me do on my channel, just hit me up. You got replays, hit me up. You want a duel, hit me up. All those things are acceptable. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give this video a big thumbs up. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. This is Yummies961. Deuces.